I want to tell you an inspiring story about the family behind OneFamily. It was 2001, and a young, redhead 11-year-old girl, Chantal Belzberg, was about to have the bat mitzvah of her dreams, everything she always wanted. And then in a moment, the Sparrow bombing, the second intifada, too many people were killed, maimed and injured in cold blood by terrorists. She thought to herself, how can I have a normal bat mitzvah like everyone else? How can I celebrate? And in a moment, together with her parents and her family, she decided instead to assist those in trouble, to support those in need. She canceled the bat mitzvah and invited family and friends to send the money that they were going to give to her, that they were going to spend on the celebration and to support these people. In that moment, OneFamily was born. The CEO of this organization, Chantal Belzberg, the mother of Chantal Belzberg, just thinking that she was going to give a bit of money, she realized, "B'makom she'ein ish, hishtadel liot ish." In a place where there is no person, you need to be that person. And she got up, and ever since she's devoted her life to this cause. Just last week, I spoke to her at 2 a.m. as she was still working, as she does every single night, to look after one victim of terror, to make sure that their life was enhanced. Her husband, Marc Belzberg, the chairman of the OneFamily Fund, devotes every single moment to making these children's lives better. It started off with Shiva visits, as victims of terror needed people the most. Marc and Chantal were there to listen, were there to support. They invited them to their Shabbos table until they outgrew their Shabbos table. They have camps, they have seminars, they have events, they have momentous opportunities. They're there at the most tragic, difficult times when people are on the floor to help pick them up and help them pick themselves up. And they're there at the celebrations, at bar mitzvahs, at bat mitzvahs, at weddings, at the best times, because the gaping hole that they have will never fully be filled. But Marc and Chantal are there to be their family and there to expand their family. Whether it's a phone call, whether it's a tap on the shoulder, whether it's a hug, whether it's financial support, whether it's raising funds, whether it is giving them what they need, a helping hand. Marc and Chantal are there every single step of the way to ensure that they are dedicated to the rehabilitation of their family. October 7 was an awakening for all of us, but not everyone was ready. While everyone came out of the woodwork, OneFamily was ready. And not just from that moment, but 2 decades prior, Marc and Chantal have been devoting their lives to be building. They were ready because they had the infrastructure. They had the social workers, they had the psychologists, they had the relationships, they had the network, they had the understanding of how to build and create and support resilience and how to deal in these times. And they went into overdrive. While all the soldiers put on their uniforms, including their own children, they didn't need a uniform because their regular clothing is their uniform. It's what they do day in, day out. They went into Miluim, reserve duty, which was just double what they'd done till now. This isn't an organization. This isn't even a movement. It's a way of life. And 2 individuals are the parents of OneFamily, Marc and Chantal. There's one of the most tragic groups in Israeli history called the Sayeret, a special group, which means elite unit, within the OneFamily Fund of children that have lost both parents as victims of terror. Marc and Chantal were there for them from the moment of the Shiva, of the funeral, through celebrating their bar and bat mitzvah, through walking down the aisle with them, through the hard times and through the happy times. On October 7, unfortunately, this group grew more than it ever did since its inception. And at a special Hanukkah party with Marc and Chantal, the Vatikim, the older people that were there for years, went to the new people that just joined the family, a family that no one wants to be part of, and said, don't worry, you've lost your parents. It's terrible, it's difficult, but there are 2 people that are going to be your adoptive parents, Marc and Chantal Belzberg, that were there for me when I lost mine, but were also there for me when I needed dating advice, when I needed a shoulder to cry on, when I needed support for my homework at school, when I needed to decide which university I was going to go to, and when I needed someone there for every step along the way. The Maccabees of today don't just fight with a uniform, but they put everything they have to protect both the physical well-being and the spiritual light of the Jewish people. That is Mark and Chantal Belzberg. They've devoted their lives to this cause. The care, the concern, the tender love that they show when they support every single person, young and old, is remarkable. They pour their entire heart into it. The light that they bring is like the light of the menorah, because it illuminates so much, not just for 8 days, but it charges these people beyond a lifetime.